Hello, welcome to my channel, Best Budgets, where I try to make the best out of my budget. In today's video, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be closing out the rollover paycheck from January 2nd, and we're going to go ahead and set up for the pay date of January 16th. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the budget by paycheck workbook by the budget mom. We're going to go ahead and get into January. So this is my January calendar spread. We are on the 17th today. There is a couple of bills that I did forget to write down. So I do have two OnStar bills. That's because I have two vehicles that do use OnStar. They used to come out the same day, around the same time, but I had canceled one subscription and then I had resubscribed again. So now we have two different paydays, pay dates that they come out of. And also I forgot to write down my electricity bill. Why, I don't know. Okay, so the electricity bill, I forgot to write down. And then my earthquake insurance, it usually come out every 3 months, but it's now coming out every month now, so I have to remember to write it down and budget for it. Also, I forgot my Amazon Prime subscription. I don't know why I forgot that subscription as well. So starting in February, I'm going to make sure I have all my bills written down, because I am trying to get rid of some bills, so that's probably why I forgot some bills. So this is a new one too as well. I did open up a Roth IRA and I did start investing. So that is new. I'm going to make a plan every 2 weeks for that investment. And also, as you guys can see, I do have my paydays listed here. This third paycheck will be covering the first 2 weeks in February, because as you can see, my next payday is on the 13th. So I do have to make sure that I am covered for these 2 weeks with this paycheck right here. So we are, even though I did write it down, I did label it in the month of January, we're just going to go ahead and roll it over to February and use it until the 13th. Okay, so that is all. Everything that I have crossed off, that means the day has passed by and those bills have been paid. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at my paycheck budget tracker. So as I mentioned before, there is a couple of bills that I did not write in my calendar, so they did not go on my fixed expense tracker. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those in right now. Okay, so as you all can see, we went ahead and written in all the bills that had came out after I budgeted this this paycheck. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the numbers. So of course, as you know, I did not budget for this, and I did not budget for this, and I did not budget for this. Okay, so for the internet, our internet bill, first of all, let's start with the inflow. Okay, so the inflow, I'm going to go ahead and write in my sources. So I did receive source number 3, and I did receive source number 4, income. Of course, I did not budget for those incomes. The source number 3 came in at $10.86, and the source number 4 came in at 2 cents. Okay, so those are my extra sources that came in that I did not budget for. So from last week, we did roll over the $55.52. Rollover number 2, we rolled over a little less at $279.04. And then my lawyer money did come in at $350. And I did pull from my savings. I pulled from my car maintenance, and I pulled money from my emergency. Okay, so for my car maintenance, I pulled in $70, and then for my emergency, I pulled in $280. Okay, so these are all the this is all the info that I did receive for this week. We're gonna go ahead and add up everything now. Okay, so we brought in $10.86. We brought in 2 cents plus the 55.52 plus the 279.04 plus the 350 plus the 70 plus the 280. So altogether we did bring in a total of $1,045.44. Okay, so that is our inflow for this rollover week. We're going to go ahead and fill in the actual column of what I spent on my fixed expenses. So for the internet came out at $76.24. My lawyer's bill for February was $350. My earthquake insurance was $46.08. My Fidelity investment was $25. And OnStar was $24.99. Okay, so those are all the bills that I did have for this following week. I'm now going to go ahead and add up all of my fixed expenses. Okay, so as you all can see, we did get a fixed expense total for this week of $522.31. So we started off with $1,045.44. I am going to subtract $522.31. That gives me a leftover of $523.13. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. $523.13. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just bring that down here to my variable expenses. $523.13. Okay, so for gas this week we spent $37.42. For household we spent $0. For food out we spent $45.11. Okay, for me I spent $30.81. My daughter 0. Let me see, because I think I spent something on her this week. Let me see. Week 2. No, I did not spend nothing on her this week. Okay, so that's going to be the following week. Okay, so for her, that was 0 as well. Son was 0 as well. Miscellaneous, we spent $67.21. And then for groceries, we spent $156.92. And I did bring in my car maintenance because I did need to get an oil change and I need to buy the oil and pay for, the service. So all of that was $82.61. Okay. Even though I did bring in the 70, I did get a car wash, so I don't pull my car wash money from my car maintenance. I pull out like big things that need to get done to the car from my car maintenance. Okay, so now that we have everything written in for our variable expenses, we're going to go ahead and add up all of those. So that was at $37.42 plus $45.11 plus $30.81 plus $67.21 plus $156.92 plus $82.61. Okay, so our variable expense total is $420.08. And I know that that's correct because I do have a spreadsheet on the side of me. So That's how I know that is correct. Okay, so now that I know we have $523.13, I am going to subtract the $420.08. That left us with 103.05. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up here. I did not, oh, excuse me. Ooh. Okay, I did not save anything, so I'm gonna put the 103.05. This was 0, so we're left with 103.05. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just roll this 103.05 over to next week. So we have 103.05. So for my rollover in account number 1, we had actually rolled over $30.52. And for account number 2, we rolled over $72.53. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just subtract the 30.52, left me with 72.53. So altogether we are rolling over next week 103.05 with 0 left over. Okay, so this is how week 2 of January went. So this is a rollover week, so that means, like, you know, money that came in the previous week was rolled over to this week to help us cover some of these expenses. Okay, so I do label that the rollover, you know, week. I'm not for sure if I want to write in like week 1 right here, week 2 of January. I'm not for sure. I'm still indecisive of this right now, so we'll figure it out later. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and look at week 3 of January. Okay, so as you all can see, we are on a new paycheck budget tracker for the new pay date. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. So I do write at an angle, and I am going to turn the book back straight, okay? So this is for the paycheck date January 16th of 26. Okay, we just got paid on Friday, which was yesterday. I don't know why I wrote in 25 on my spread, like on my rough draft says 116.25 instead of 26. So I'm glad I am writing 26 and not 25. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the inflow. So for my source number 1, I always budget the same amount because I don't want to, you know, hurt my feelings. Okay. So I am budgeting from account number 1 that we're rolling over money, and account number 2, and I am bringing in my car insurance money because it is due within this pay date week. Okay, so for my source number 1, I am budgeting $1,700 as my base. When I did do this budget, I did budget me not having anything rolling over because of the amounts were so low. I thought that, you know, I was going to not bring in anything, but as you all can see, we did have a rollover, but I am going to put that in my actual when that time comes. And then my car insurance went down from $364 to $206. So I don't know if you guys know, in the beginning of my book, I did actually like write in that I did want to find cheaper car insurance, and I did do that, so that is already done. These other things are still into play right now, so yeah. Okay, so that's all I am budgeting for this paycheck week. So I am going to add up everything and get a total. Okay, so we have $1,700 plus $206. That give us $1,906. Okay, so $1,906. Okay, so I do have a couple of bills I am going to write down. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this part, just so I can save some time and space, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so as you all can see, we went ahead and written all my fixed expenses that's due within this week. of the paycheck. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the dates. Okay, so for the government, that is due, I am going to pay it on the 16th when I get paid. Klarna is due on the 16th as well. Google storage is due on the 19th. Amazon Prime is due on the 20th. Half of my February's rent, I am pulling it out on the 16th when I get paid. This is the same thing, and this is the same thing. Once I get paid, I do pull out half of the big bills. Just, you know, I am a month ahead in these bills. My student loan is not due, but I am paying it on the 16th when I get paid. And then my car insurance is due on the 21st. And my light bill is due on the 27th, but I am paying it within this paycheck. So whenever it clears, I'll go ahead and put in the date that it did clear. Okay, so this is when all of these bills are due. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our numbers. Okay, so for the government, I owe them $177. So I do budget $100 every month. Next month is the last month, and that will be $77. So Klarna is $17.55. My Google storage is $1.99. My Amazon Prime is $7.60. Half of my February rent is $585. Half of February's car insurance is $103 compared to, I was putting away $182. So that came down significantly. I'm so happy about that. My half of March's lawyer's bill is $175, altogether $350. My student loan, I am putting $50 towards that every 2 weeks just to start doing something until I'm able to pay off that big balance. Okay. This week my car insurance is due, so that's why I am pulling it in this week, and that is $2.06. It's crazy because the bill that I'm saving for is due within the same week, so it's like, you know, I'm saving half of that, $2.06. Okay, and then my light bill, I am budgeting that at $60. Okay, so these are all the bills that are due this week that I know of, that I hope I don't have to add anything else to this list. I am now going to go ahead and add up all of the fixed expenses. Okay, so as you all can see, we did get a fixed expense total of $1,306.14. We did start with $1,906. I am going to... Okay, you guys, I did run out of storage, so I am so sorry, you guys. I'm going to have to hurry up and get this going because I don't want to run out of storage again, okay? So we did subtract our $1,906 from our $1,306.14, and we did get $599.86. I did write in my gas, household food out, me, my daughter, my son, miscellaneous groceries, and cars. We're going to go ahead and put in the numbers for this variable expenses. Okay, so for gas, I do have $50 budgeted for this week. Household, I do have $60 budgeted for this week. Food out, I have $0 budgeted. Me, nothing. Daughter, nothing. Son, nothing. Miscellaneous, $0 as well. And then I do have groceries at $150 for the week, and then I have cars at $0. Okay, so let me go ahead and add up all of these. This is 50 plus 60 plus 150. That gives us $260 for variable expenses. Let's see how well I can stay within this budget. So we have $599.86. I am going to subtract $260. That gives us $339. $339.86. Okay, so I am going to bring this over here and write in my savings goals. Okay, you guys, so I had to go ahead and write in my savings goal because I don't want to run out of storage no more. So I might have to just start pre-writing in everything and you know, just going over the budget with you all. Okay, so I did write in my savings goals. We did have a leftover of $339.86. For my emergency, I am budgeting $25. For my car maintenance, I'm budgeting $13. For my land/core savings, I'm budgeting $50. For my bill pay, I am budgeting $13. My gifts, holiday, and travel, I am budgeting $26. This includes Christmas as well. And then my earthquake insurance/car insurance deductible, I am budgeting $13. So altogether, this is $140. So I am going to subtract the 140. That does give us $199.86 left over. Okay, so $199.86. I did budget my rollover in account number 1 and rollover in account number 2. So my account number 1 is $55. I am budgeting to roll over to week 2, and then my rollover in account number 2, I am budgeting $144.86. Okay, so altogether that is a rollover amount of $199. So $199.86 with 0 left over. Okay, you guys, so this is the budget for this week. We do have another week, and that is a rollover week, and I have to make sure I have money to roll over to pay those bills as well, okay? Because I am budgeting for a 2-week span, but I'm breaking it down individually by weeks, okay? So we only have $199.86 to roll over to help us pay for bills and variable expenses as well. Let's see how this goes, you guys. All right, so this is all that I have today for this budget with me. And I am going to go ahead and come back. Let's see, I'm going to come back around maybe the 24th, in another week or so, to close out this budget and go ahead and start the rollover paycheck budget tracker. I did go ahead and fill in my savings goals tracker. So I did color in what I was able to save for. So how I am using this tracker is each half of each leaf represents a paycheck. Okay, so if I was able to save for the first paycheck, I colored it in. If I was able to save for the second paycheck, I color that in as well. So this is January's leaves as that is colored in right now. So the next leaf is going to be February. So, you know, half of this leaf is going to be paycheck 1 and the other half is going to be paycheck 2. And that's how I am going to be using this savings goals tracker to make sure that I am on track with my savings. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys today. Go ahead, you guys, and like, comment, share, and continue to subscribe, you guys. I really do appreciate all my new subscribers. And until next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.